Hi everybody, this is Becca from Becca About It. Today we're going to talk about spirit guides. It's one of my favorite subjects to talk about. So the first question is, what are spirit guides? Well, spirit guides are souls who have chosen to assist us in our incarnation, incarnated humans on the earth plane as their own divine vehicle of self-expression. This means that they are learning from us as they assist us. Think of it kind of like this: they are studying karma in this dimension from outside the limited awareness of a human body. So they actually get to retain their greater perspective of the fifth dimensional spiritual awareness while still interacting with us here on the physical plane. So, what do they do? That's a very good question. Our guides can't really make us do anything. We are at all times completely in charge of our incarnation. We also don't disappoint them or make them angry in us. They do, however, assist us with spiritual development, inspire our creativity, they protect us and guide us with information. The trick here is requesting assistance. They can never do anything that we do not want or agree to, that we do not authorize or accept. Therefore, our guides cannot help us if we do not ask them for help. That's why working with them is so absolutely important in my mind. They are a powerhouse of energy. Most of us have an untapped resource just begging us to work with them. This is again why we always remain solely responsible for our experience. Whether your intentions are conscious or unconscious, authentic, on purpose, or not, your guide team's job is to guide you based on your intentions. So be clear and decide what you want when you're working with them. We cannot receive guidance based on what we do not want, okay? Desire evolves through fulfillment, not denial and repression, as Carolyn Elliott always says. So, start fulfilling some of those conscious desires and watch the fires of desire start to rage. It is breathtakingly beautiful and magic when we can manifest what we want through conscious application of ceremony, ritual, and consciousness techniques. Guide ceremonies are one of my all-time favorites to create. So if you need help connecting with your guides, I love to create ceremony for that. Just reach out to me. What do they not do? Well, our spirit guides do not tell us what to do, okay? This is just a creative way for us to abdicate our own responsibility. Guidance is very different than the energy of domination. They do not communicate with others about you. Your guides do not have messages for you to be delivered by others unless that permission is explicitly granted, like in the case of a reading. I often channel spirit guides for others, but random people's spirit guides are not reaching out to me to try to get a message to them. I promise. Who are they? Who are our spirit guides? Well, they're souls just like us, and they have incarnated previously. They simply choose not to incarnate, but they still want to be connected to the earth plane. They have soul level characteristics, gifts, awareness, and perspectives that we can draw from. They have their very own extensive physical history. After all, it wouldn't be very effective for us to receive guidance from beings who were so far removed from their physical incarnations that they couldn't remember what it was like to be in a body, right? That's why, from my frame of reference, our guides are not typically ascended masters or 12th dimensional angelic beings thousands of years removed from being in a body. We have an outer circle of guides as well as an inner circle of guides. Our inner circle guide is assigned exclusively to us, but our outer circle of guides work with a larger number of souls. Our inner circle of guides goes to our outer circle of guides when they need to draw on higher wisdom or more extensive help. If they need direction or spiritual guidance for a specific targeted lesson, sometimes they work with them for timed events or planned events. Our outer circle of guides can call upon other guides, committees, or councils based on our inner circle guides' requests to them. Don't try to micromanage your guides. Your higher self knows what's going on, and they have hired them for a very specific reason and with purposeful intention. Managing them comes from a very egoic place, and it's best not to go there, in my opinion. Now, from time to time, we do have negative guides, and they do need to be reassigned. This is fairly rare, and it's not negative in the sense that a guide is destructive or evil. Most of the time, they're just upholding the energy of a coping mechanism that's no longer serving us from childhood. Maybe something that we learned to protect ourselves in a traumatic situation. Sometimes this can be cleared, and sometimes it's best to just bring in a new guide for the cohesiveness of the team. When are they assigned to us? Our guides are assigned to us according to the level of responsibility and choice that we have in our lives. So we incarnate with our birth to death guide, and that guide helps us transition our soul into our body at birth and out of our body at death. As we mature and begin taking over greater choice and consequences in our lives, the more direction and guidance we need. So our guides come in at these milestones to help us. We're typically assigned anywhere from 4 to 6 guides, although there are situations that do warrant numbers outside of this range. Our guide team is set and typically fully in place by the time we are in our early 20s. In some rare situations, we will have a special assignment guide for a unique circumstance, or we might hire a new guide later in life if we have chosen a specific path that may require additional energetic resources. Where are they located? Good question. We interact with them on a daily basis, and they're always around us. They're never far away. Like I said before, they interact with us here on this plane, in this dimension, while still being accessible to the fifth dimensional spiritual awareness. They communicate with us in a myriad of ways. Some guides will instigate muscle twitches, goosebumps, muscle cramps, while others speak through song lyrics or something running through your head over and over again. Sometimes they speak to us through coincidences or synchronicities, books, videos, downloads, smells, sometimes even food cravings. The more you interact with your guides and get to know them specifically, the easier it will be for you to pinpoint out their unique personalities and tendencies. If you know the basics of their blueprints, as well as the life lessons and the aspect that they're here to work with you on it, it can be instantly recognizable who's trying to get your attention. They will become familiar to you as your physically incarnated friends. That's where my guides are at with me right now. Why do they do this? It's a very good question. They are in service to us, but they are equally as in service to their own divine self-expression by being a guide. Being a spirit guide to them is just as valuable for their soul growth as being in a body and having a human experience is to us. They can observe a life plan play out in front of them and study how we manifest, learn from our decision-making processes, watch how karma plays out in a host of situations, and enjoy an incarnation from a reality TV type of vantage point. They are chosen by us before incarnation and agree to work with us on certain life lessons that we choose to experience. In many cases, I have found that guides work with an incarnated soul on a life lesson that they themselves struggled to overcome, and they have a greater perspective and awareness of it now. It's all very copacetic and harmonious, usually. As we evolve and expand our consciousness, so do our guides. It's not necessary to go outside of our assigned team for guidance. We are all here to have our own unique individual experience. Our spirit guides are the best source of inspiration and guidance because they were handpicked by our higher self based on the characteristics and circumstances we chose for ourselves in this lifetime. If you're curious about your spirit guides or would like to meet them, I would love to help you. If you liked this video and it helped you, please give me a thumbs up and better yet, even subscribe. If you'd like to find me on Facebook, you can find me in my group at Facebook at Be About It. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day.